Good afternoon and good morning, everybody. My name is Gina Spatafor, Trade Show Manager for NEC Display Solutions, and welcome to today's webinar where we're going to review NEC's UM383WL. And before I hand it off to the presenter, I just want to review a few things. All lines have been muted, and if you do have any questions, feel free to use the chat boxes and we will review them at the end. Today's presenter is Matt Grieser, Projector Specialist, part of our NEC Solutions group. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Matt.
Thanks, Gina. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in today. We're going to cover this pretty quickly. I might actually move a little bit fast. If I move past something that's interesting and you have questions, please feel free to put those in the chat or the Q&A box. And with that, let's get started. So my email is up here. You'll see on the left here. Any questions that are offline worthy, please fire those over to me. Usually I do these with my good friend Mark Knox. He is going to be indisposed for the foreseeable future. So if you're used to talking to him and you have questions, direct them to me because he's going to be a bit busy for a little while. So with that, we'll get started. And like Gina said, we're going to focus in on the UM383WL on this call. This is our latest addition to our ultra short throw product lineup. And with that, let's get going. So what we're going to focus on today relatively quickly are these questions here. So where does the UM383 fit in my projector portfolio? What do I need to know about it? How does it stack up versus the competition or other models in the same class? And then what technology makes this model different? That's going to be the one we're going to address the most. And then how install friendly is the UM383WL? I like install friendly product because usually I'm having to support those installations in one capacity or another. So I do enjoy when they are friendly for everyone to use. So with that, let's get started. This is what it looks like with its wall mount. Of note, please, we'll call out the model number, but if you are familiar with our UM series projectors, this takes a new mount as opposed to the one we've been using for many years now. It's a little different bolt pattern and it's a little bit heavier, so it's a new mount. We'll call that out shortly. So key features of this model, you'll see first bullet point here is HLD LED. I will get into what that is in some slides here quickly coming up, and then we'll cover that off. Also, short throw lens capable of a 130-inch diagonal image. That is extremely important. Up until this model, most recently, 110-inch diagonal image was the limit for this level of product. So this gives you a significant increase in volume on the wall. Startup time, quick, 6 seconds, no cooldown. So it has those solid state advantages that we're used to with laser or LED. And then also, this is one of the few products out there in this class that actually has lens shift and zoom. What that does is it makes it a lot easier to get this up and dialed in without it taking all day. So let's move to product images. This is what it looks like. You'll see the input panel here on the left, and then the overall size and dimensions of it, what it looks like. Of course, that is with it not being on the wall mount. And then we'll move here. This is the NP06WK1. That is the new wall mount. It can be purchased separately or in the kit with the bundle. Now, please note we're replacing the previous MP04 and those models. So don't try to mix and match an existing wall mount kit with this new product. Some speeds and feeds on it here. WXGA resolution, it is 3 LCD. And then we're calling out here as well 3800 lumens with HLD power control. We'll talk about that, like I said, coming up. Some connectivity and control. And then overall weight here at the bottom, you'll see it's just shy of 24 pounds. Now let's look at some of the competition. Now these are some of the preeminent solid state ultra short throw lasers out there for the education, corporate market, this type of class of product. You'll see brightness is all pretty similar to one another. And then they're either laser or a combination of LED or laser. And then ours here is HLD LED. Now, you'll see that only the latest products, the NEC unit here, and then the Epson on the far right, and the Maxell, those are some of the only models in an ultra short throw class product that can actually do that 130-inch diagonal. So that's kind of a new development here this year. Also, lens shift optical zoom you'll see present on the NEC model that is not available on either or any of the competition models. So we all do like lens shift and a little bit of zoom to get things to look right. Warranty also is a differentiator on this product. 5 years, all of those 5 years are Instacare. So that is the FedEx, a new one to you, and you put the non-working one in the box. There is no service, year 2, year 3, year 4. The competitors do not have that. And then as well as the education price there. So if any other questions about this, please feel free, email me or fire them off in the QA box. So let's move forward here. I've referenced multiple times HLD LED, and people are saying, okay, I know what an LED is, I think. What exactly is an HLD LED? This was developed by Philips Light Division a few years back, and it stands for high lumen density. And you'll see that little arrangement on the right, the image there, that's actually a phosphor rod with a series of LEDs in parallel to it. And they essentially create a rod of light. This would be a green LED example here. So multiple LEDs are directed into a phosphor rod capable of up to 20,000 hour life. That's what we like to see on a solid state product. And then better cost performance. So as a lot of you are aware, this is the first solid state ultra short throw product we've had at NEC. We have plenty of very high performing laser projectors, but shrinking that down and putting that in this class of product was always a little bit, the value proposition wasn't there for everyone. The HLD LED technology really fits the bill with this. Also, you'll see at the bottom here, notes not subject to FDA regulation. We're not using our laser engines, right? So there's not those big warning stickers all over the product. So as I talked about HLD LED, this is what it looks like at a high level. The phosphor rod, the reflecting mirror, and then the series of LEDs. Now, the HLD portion of this light engine has to do with the green LED channel, and that's where most of the brightness of the unit is driven from. Then we combine those red, green, and blue LED light engine with red, green, and blue LCD panels, and we get extremely good color saturation. Now, I don't have a slide in here currently that discusses this, but there's something known as the Helmholtz-Kohlrausch effect, right? That is something that was discovered in the 19th century. And what that essentially means is psychovisual perception from human beings is that when something has more color saturation, we think that it's brighter. So we talked about earlier, this is a 3800 lumen projector. Most people that have looked at this while it's been working thought it was easily 4,500 lumens or more. So what that means is the combination of these high lumen density LEDs, also pairing up with a 3-channel RGB light engine, in this case being LCD, we get extremely good color saturation, and overall it looks brighter than the spec would lead you to believe, right? So now where can I use this product? This is mainly designed for education, huddle spaces, presentations on whiteboards, etc. That everyone's very familiar with that. We can now go beyond the 110-inch diagonal, which previously was the limit. And then, of course, being ultra short throw, it's much easier to present in the front of a class or a room with this grade of product. So we've now eliminated the lamp, no maintenance, no replacements on that, 20,000 hour half-life on the product, very similar to our laser products, and no filters, none of that stuff. So here we go, UM383WL flexible installation. I talked earlier about this is one of the few products in this class that actually has lens shift and zoom. And then you can see here on the top left, that shows you. So that 3% of shift up, down, left, right, that is really going to help you once you get it physically mounted where you want it. And it's off the left side just a little bit, you can bring it over and dial it in. If anyone has installed one of these UM or ultra short throw class products, you know that just a little bit of geometry can throw off the image, and that shift really helps quite a bit. So this gives you all the geometric correction you could want. NEC's patented cornerstone technology, we have that built in, and then Keystone everything you would need to get that image square on the wall or on the whiteboard is there. So that's really awesome to help everyone's, it'll be a little more time efficient. This is the input panel. Everything you'd want here too, RS-232, DB15, VGA. You have audio in and out. So it has stereo speakers on it. You can bring audio in and do that, or you can actually drive the audio out to a separate amp if you want to. Has analog ins, multiple HDMIs, and then of course your USB and LAN and service here. HD-based T and some of those more advanced connections are omitted due to trying to, for cost and value for the application here. This is what it looks like. UM383WL. Overall, we'll run it down here. Maintenance-free, high lumen density LED light source. We talked about 3,800 lumens. It looks like it's more than 4,000, to where it's psychovisually perceived with that HK effect, let's call it. LCD, 3 LCD technology, very vibrant and saturated colors. Ultra short throw lens capable of 130-inch diagonal image. Up until now, we were only capable of doing 110. And then we have the quick start on off, which people really love about laser or solid state projection. No cooldown period. And then also it's our first ultra short throw product in this class that actually has lens shift and zoom. It's not just all physical manipulation to get the image right on the wall. And then we've also added in cornerstone. So it's not just a simple keystone. You can pull up to 8 points exactly where you need them and get it dialed in. So you get much more fine granular control of your image to get it squared up. Has Ethernet, so you can do all of your control systems to it, and then it has the wall mount bundle available as well, which would be the most common application for that, right? So with that, I am pretty much done. If anyone has any questions, let me pull up the chat here. Awesome. So if anyone has any questions, type them in now, or either you see the emails there on the right. A lot of you probably know Mark, but do direct those to me if you need an answer soon, and we can get those out. So with that, thank you everyone for attending.
Thank you, everybody. I just want to remind you all that we do have other webinars. You can find those on our website. Feel free to register for those. We have some of those next week and the week after. And with that, thank you for attending. Hope everybody is well and be safe. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Oh, wait, there is a question.
Got one.
So there, Matt. Is this unit suitable for rental and staging?
It is actually, yeah. I know there's an icon in the beginning of the presentation that showed that. Being that it is solid state, it can handle a little bit rougher treatment with a rental type application. So you definitely can. You could pack these up and take them. They're not lamps, so you'd have less points of failure there. So they actually would be feasible for a staging type application. Yes.
I'll leave it open for a quick second here, I guess. If there's any other questions? Any higher lumen models?
Not currently. We certainly, I believe, we're probably looking into it to take it even higher. But currently, we need to see how well this one does. It's just right for like the education market and that whiteboarding, etc. It's perfect for that. If it does really well, we certainly will look into probably future models. Yes, it is. It is shipping now. Correct. You can get this.
All right. Well, if there's no other questions, then well, thank you all again.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you. Have a good day.